But it's that time of the week where we have a chat to member for Moranny, Glen Kelly. G'day, Glenn. How are you, mate?
Luke, how are you, mate? You got big shoes to fill, haven't you?
They are big shoes because he's quite tall. So, you know, and he's probably got big feet because he's quite tall. That's what they say about people with big feet. They're usually quite tall.
That's right.
Also, I hear. Mate, I believe you're on the road. Is that right? You're travelling in across this massive electorate that is Moranny?
Luke, no, well, look, I've been on the road plenty, but this week we're down in Parliament, and
yes,
plenty going on there. And more to come today. We're down here for 3 days, and obviously this is where the decisions are made, as I call it, down the big house, and obviously there'll be plenty of action come out of this week.
Yeah, indeed. And you want to talk about coal-fired power stations?
Coal-fired power stations. Well, will remain open as long as needed in Queensland's electricity system. Stanwell Power Station is something that was brought up in conversation last week, and setting dates for the closure of power stations is not something that I like to hear, especially when we talk about baseload reliable power. And as far as the Chris Foley's government will keep these coal-fired power stations going as long as we can, there'd be, it's so important when it comes to baseload power such as coal, because we've been chuffing along quite well with coal-fired power stations, and I mean, until they started talking wind and solar, and to me that's intermittent power, when they started going renewables in a hard way with those sort of things, that's when we've seen an increase in our energy prices. And if you want to keep going into renewables such as wind and solar, I mean, that's the only way that energy prices can go, and that's up. And when you talk energy prices, it's when you start to touch on cost of living. So, no, the Stanwell Power Station, to me, I worked there 17 years, and I live under the shadows of that place and respect it so much. And when you have 240 jobs out there, and the 7 or 8 weeks of the year you have up to 1,000 with shutdown and what haven't you, Stanwell to me is very important to keeping CQ going, let alone the electorate of Moranny going, let alone the state going.
Yeah, mate, and also the Mount Morgan Town Hall next Monday night.
Mount Morgan Town Hall, mate. So my team and I, we're heading up to the at 5:30 on Monday the 22nd of September to the School of Arts, and this is the opportunity to hear from the community and with their issues and probably where they want to go forward with different things. You know, it's one thing, and it happens in any community. People talk a lot, but and that's as far as it gets. But this opportunity for the Mount Morgan Town people to come and have their say, and you know, be cranky or be whatever. But I mean, please, I don't know unless you tell us. And so we'll be up there for a couple of hours at 5:30 next Monday night at the School of Arts, and we'll be talking about all sorts of things. Obviously, the Mount Morgan pipeline, which is certainly on its way to being finished. What a wonderful project that's been for the communities of Mount Morgan, and many other things. And this is their chance, have their say, and certainly if I haven't got the answers, my job is to go and find the answers and keep that town going and look after it, because it's a part of my heart, that place, as I'm a local person, and I believe Mount Morgan needs to be right up there with the best of them.
Yeah. And finally, sugar bioenergy hearings. You want to touch on this as well?
Luke, last week we had the cogen hearings up in Mackay and Townsville, and it's all about finding ways to help keep the sugar industry going. You know, sugar cane is a mighty thing, and it's the crystal that makes the cane, or makes the farmers, puts money back in their wallet and keeps the industries going. And but this is an opportunity for sugar cane to do just more than produce crystal, and cogeneration is so important when it comes to energy, renewable energy, and obviously with fuels and fibre. And so this is something that the Chris Foley government is certainly looking into, and it certainly gives security, I'm going to say, for more jobs as well in the industry of sugarcane, because it's two bites of the cherry. It's not just producing cane, it's also producing energy, and when that happens, well, we're looking at producing more jobs, and most importantly, I feel, with cogeneration, is baseload reliable power. We're not relying on the weather to either turn the blades of a wind turbine or for the sun to shine to keep the solar panels working. So it's all new. It's been around for a long time, but not in a big way when it comes to Australia. Brazil work on about 48% of cogeneration when it comes to energy from their sugarcane. Australia hasn't gone down that path, but with our inquiry, we're certainly looking into these options. And I think moving forward, I'm pretty excited about this because at the end of the day, it comes back to agriculture to produce the cane. And I find that this is something moving forward that's very important for us in the next generation.
Sugarcane also makes my favourite drink, Bundy. So
you're not on your own there. You're not on your own there, mate.
I'm sure I'm not. Awesome. Glen Kelly, thanks for having a chat with me today, and I'm sure Aaron will be back next week and I'll have a chat with you then.
Good on you, Lukey. Thanks, mate.
This is 994RO, the Talk of Central Queensland for the Boodles Big Breakfast. News and weather is next.